Hi boys and girls, Miss Gemma here, how are you? In today's lesson we're going to talk about complex sentences. I wonder what they are. A complex sentence is one independent clause and a dependent clause. So one main idea that stands alone and an idea that needs more information to make sense. Therefore it can't stand alone. These ideas are linked with a subordinating conjunction such as when, because, even though, just to name a few. Let's go have a look at an example. Okay, so our last type of sentence is a complex sentence, and this is the harder one of the three. Okay, so a complex sentence has one independent clause, so a complete thought, and one dependent clause, so it doesn't make sense by itself. So these are joined by a subordinating conjunction, which could be words like when, because, even, though, if, until, once, unless, just to name a few. That's not all of them. So the subordinating conjunction starts the dependent clause, okay? So remember, the dependent clause doesn't make sense by itself. It needs more information to make sense, okay? Let's have a look at an example. Okay, so because my dinner was too cold, I heated it in the microwave. Okay, so let's have a look for our complete thought first, okay? So because my dinner was too cold, is that a complete thought? I think I need more information, okay? What did I do because it was cold? I don't know. So let's have a look at the second part. So I heated it in the microwave. So who's the who and what are they doing there? So I heated it in the microwave. So I'm the noun or the subject, and heated is what I'm doing. Okay, so that's my independent clause. So that stands by itself. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at our conjunction now. So because, which is at the start, so that is my subordinating, that's a tricky word, boys and girls, is at the beginning of the sentence. And my dinner was too cold. Does that make sense by itself? My dinner was too cold. That's a statement, isn't it? It's not telling me much. So that is my dependent clause. Okay, let's have a look at some more. Okay, when he was younger, he believed in superheroes. Let's find our independent clause, so the one that stands by itself, okay? So when he was younger, I need more information. So he believed in superheroes. So who's the who and what are they doing? He, and he believed, okay? So that's my independent clause, okay? So remember the subordinating conjunction always starts the dependent clause, okay? So in this case, it's when, okay? And then he was younger. Doesn't tell me much, does it? So that's my dependent clause, okay? Let's have a look at some more. You should brush your teeth before you go to bed. Okay, before you go to bed. So you should brush your teeth before you go to bed. So let's have a look for the independent clause, or the one complete thought or idea. You should brush your teeth. So who's the who and what are they doing? You're the subject or the noun. And what should you do? You should brush your teeth. Okay, so that's my independent clause there. Brush your teeth. Now remember, the subordinating conjunction is before the dependent clause. So in this case, it's before. And then you go to bed is my dependent clause. Is this starting to make a bit more sense, boys and girls? Okay, let's have a look at another one. Although I'm not very good, I really like to draw. That sounds like me, actually. Okay, although I'm not very good, I really like to draw. So what's my independent clause there? What's my complete thought? Although I'm not very good at what? Doesn't tell me. So I really like to draw. Who's the who and what are they doing? So I, and like is the verb, okay? So that's my independent clause. Okay, so we go back to the dependent clause. So it starts with the conjunction. So we'll circle that. Okay, and I'm not very good is my dependent clause. So it doesn't make sense standing by itself. Okay. I think we should do one more just to be extra sure. Okay? All right. Okay, the last one is I love mashed potato, although my daughter prefers it roasted. I love mashed potato. Is that a complete thought? I love mashed potato. It is. It tells me the who and the what. So that I will underline. So then I've got, although my daughter prefers it roasted. Okay, so although is starting the dependent clause. And then my daughter prefers it roasted. Prefers what roasted? I don't know because it doesn't make sense by itself. Okay. Boys and girls, there are worksheets available that will help you to practice recognising the different types of sentences. There is a worksheet to label each sentence correctly, another worksheet that asks you to label the parts of the sentence, just like we did in the lesson. And if you're not sure of the different types and the parts of the sentence, there is a summary of them available also. You did a terrific job, boys and girls. Now that you know about simple, compound and complex sentences, you can use them in your writing. Your next lesson can be to use this knowledge in the lesson Types of Sentences as a review. I'll see you in our next lesson. Hey boys and girls, this is Miss Gemma. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button under me and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages to stay up to date on everything we post. So boys and girls, I will see you in our next lesson.